Welcome back, Mr. Sammy. Love the jersey. Love
Yes,
the jersey.
sir.
That's the jersey you need to wear, buddy.
Fair enough. It's
Love the
it's the one I
jersey.
wish I wish Edmonton still wore these. I wish they still
Yeah.
wore
Oh
these.
yeah. The blue. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think eventually they're gonna get. Actually, I don't know if you've ever watched a on YouTube. There's a guy that has his own channel called Post to Post, and
I have.
he does all these concept jerseys and that.
Hmm.
He's I saw some of his recent ones with the Oilers. They're pretty freaking cool. They have like the old which one was it? It was the
Like that
Marvel
gear
comic
looking
one
one.
or whatever.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But he has that with a bunch of gears on it. It looked pretty cool. Anyway,
Yeah.
speaking of the Oilers, here's a debatable question. Who's the heart and soul player of the Edmonton Oilers that you know of in the history of the Edmonton Oilers?
In the history of the Oilers.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, people will want to say, Gretzky, Messier, or Curry, something like that. You could look into the 2000s and you had guys like Jason Smith was there for a while, or I guess currently you had Pat Maroon for a little bit,
Mhm.
Connor McDavid, Drysdale. But I think of someone who's just like so humble and is just an amazing all around player and guy, someone that I loved watching growing up. That's Ryan Smyth.
Yeah. Yeah. And I 100% agree with you. Um, if you follow MMA at all?
A little bit.
Okay, so you know how people have cauliflower ears in MMA
Yeah.
from getting beat so much? Ryan
Yeah.
Smith started his career as a pretty nice looking guy.
Yeah.
By the end of his career, he had a cauliflower face.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to going to the dirty areas, Ryan Smith went to the dirty areas. And everyone remembers, I don't know if you remember, but in the 2006 Stanley Cup final, when Chris Pronger whipped up the puck and smoked him in the chops pretty good. I'll
Yeah.
never forget him getting repaired in the corridor. He didn't go to the dressing room. He went right to the corridor and they were fixing him right in the corridor. I was like, that is crazy, right? So yeah, heart and soul. Um, and he's been considered or he's been called Captain Canada. He's been an Olympian.
Mhm.
Um, should the Oilers retire his jersey?
I think for such a storied franchise like the Oilers, people will think of only retiring players who won cups. Like you look at the amount of numbers that the Oilers have retired. Again, obvious numbers like Gretzky, Curry, Messier, um, and Grant Fuhrer and others. But I think someone like Ryan Smith, who played almost his entire career there, right? He spent a few years in LA, but he started his career most of his time in Edmonton and then finished his career in Edmonton. I think someone like that is kind of rare to find their leadership, someone who just was absolutely loved and adored by the franchise. I don't see why you wouldn't retire him, why you wouldn't retire his number. Honor him, honor who he was, honor what he did for the franchise, even whether or not he won them a cup or not. But
And
I
not to
don't know. I don't
mention
see why
how
not.
emotional he got when the Oilers did trade him to the New York Islanders. Like it honestly, when I watched that, it was very comparable to Gretzky when Gretzky got traded out of Edmonton. It was those tears, that emotion, and that. And like Ryan Smith,
Hmm.
he always wanted to be an Oiler. It just obviously they just couldn't come up to a contract agreement with him. He got traded to Islanders, went to Colorado, and like you said, to LA, and then came back and retired as an Oiler. So yeah, it's one of those things. He doesn't have a cup. And you even look at Kevin Lowe, he just recently got his jersey retired for all the accolades that he's done, and he's got 6 cups,
Hmm.
right? He's got 1 with the Rangers and 5 with the Oilers.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things. He's just, I don't know. For me, I would like to see it, but I kind of understand the whole concept of you're putting him on the same pedestal as Gretzky, Messier, Curry, Fuhr, Anderson.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, but then again, you got Rod Phillips up there too.
Yeah. I mean, with
Oh,
with a franchise like Edmonton, when you set that precedence of you've won 5 cups, and you look at the players who helped win those 5 cups, who were there for those, those championships, it's kind of hard to look at someone like Ryan Smyth and be like, okay, well, yeah, he was a good player, heart and soul of the team, nice character guy, but what did he do for the team other than just being there? Like what did he do? I look at, you can look at other franchises like Columbus is retiring Rick Nash's number, I think tomorrow. Rick Nash was a
And what
great
has
goal
he
scorer.
done?
Yeah, and he I think he won a Rocket Richard once.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
didn't
But that's an
much
individual
else.
award, right? That's not,
Yeah. And I
he's
mean
not
same
considered great, right?
yeah. I mean, same thing. Vancouver's retired 5 numbers or 6 numbers. And all of those players, I love all of those players to death. I understand why Vancouver has retired them
Yeah.
because they haven't won anything. Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard to you don't have that championship pedigree as other franchises like Edmonton. So of course you're gonna retire Daniel and Henrik. Of course you're gonna retire Marcus Naslund,
Mhm.
Bure, Steele, Linden, because those were the guys that were captains, were the best players, whatever. None of them won championships. All of them have been to finals, never won anything other
Yeah.
than individual awards.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good one for you. He's won 3 Stanley Cups, and he's like a plug third line, fourth line player. I think you know who I'm talking about. And he's won the last 3 Stanley Cups. You know who I'm talking about.
The one-man dynasty, Patrick Maroon.
You betcha. When it's all done and said, should he have Hall of Fame considerations?
Boy. I don't know. I mean, he's won 3 cups, sure. He's the one-man dynasty right now. And like he's been an average player, like a pretty solid player. He's like you said, a third line plug, or he's played second line time. Like he's been a good player. He's helped teams make deep playoff runs. He's a solid body guy. Is he Hall of Fame credential? I don't know. I think three Stanley Cups.
He's also
might get you
damaged
in
the
there.
Stanley Cup too.
That's fair. I mean, who hasn't? I think Ovechkin did too. But does three Stanley Cups, do those championships automatically put you in the Hall of Fame? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it definitely gives him a fair chance of getting in. If Tampa wins another one this year and they get their third straight and Maroon gets 4 straight, I think that probably maybe would almost solidify him getting in, but I don't know. I think it's kind of probably a 50-50 shot, honestly. If he got in, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he doesn't get in, I won't be surprised either.
Yeah, I think for me, even if he won it this year, in my opinion, I still don't think he deserves it unless he's the one that was responsible for the game-winning goal in Game 7 or something like that. It's a significant thing, but right now I stand no on that fence. I don't think he deserves it. Because he never won one with the Oilers when he was here with us. So that kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah,
he leaves the Oilers and he takes Stanley Cups with him everywhere he goes. As soon as he leaves the Oilers, I have a few choice words about that. But anyway, okay, Sammy, nice chatting with you again, buddy. We will see you next week.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thank you.
All right. Okay, good. That's a wrap.